Hello, welcome to Anita the Pedagogue channel. Today we want to discuss the Marriage of Anansewa. We want to look at the summary and analysis of this drama. Let's begin. The play opens with a musical interlude. The main character Ananse is introduced. He laments about his life struggles and instructs her daughter, Anansewa, to quickly type out some important letters which she addresses to three prominent chiefs. First, that is the chief of Sapase, chief of Akate, that's Togbekulu, the fourth, chief of the mines, who he plans to give her daughter's hand in marriage. Now the fourth letter goes to the fourth chief, that is chief who is chief. And this letter is sent in appreciation to thank him for his gift. Sutherland uses the character Ananse, which means spider, and his web as a symbol to show how Ananse uses his trickery and deception to weave an ambitious plan of elevating his poor status to a wealthy, respectable status by outwitting the chiefs he writes these letters to. Ananse gave Anansewa some money from Chief who is chief for payment of her fees at the EP Secretarial School, since she had been home for non-payment of fees, showing Ananse was poor. Ananse reveals her plans to Anansewa, who initially shows displeasure by saying, "My father is selling me." However, when she realizes Chief who is chief is one of her suitors, she changes her mind. The love story between the characters Akosua and Akwesi is the next scene that illustrates what guarantees a marriage, which is the offering of the head drink in the Akan tradition. Ananse continues to receive gifts from the male from Chief who is chief and then Togbekulu. Let's move on to Act 2. The storyteller comments on Ananse's cunning behavior, after which there is a musical interlude, Imogo, which also further throws light on the play. Ananse's poverty is gradually improving as he receives gifts from the chief of Sapase from his messengers, the chief of the mines, who Ananse gives the appellations as Mighty Tree of Ancient Origin, also sends messengers to bring a check to Ananse. Ananse clearly shows he wants Chief who is chief to win this competition for his daughter, as he declares, "Oh, why doesn't Chief who is chief increase his pace a little more? He will save me from worrying so much." Ananse displays his new elevated status by making renovations in his house and declaring his intention of attending all important functions, including attending church service, to be able to give generously and show off. Not long, Chief who is chief sends his messenger to inform Ananse that in 2 weeks he will come to perform the customary declaration of marrying his daughter, that is, bring her head drink. Sutherland uses Ananse's cunning behavior to show how love can drive people to do false things. Ananse seeks a good suitor for her daughter out of love, and also he seeks a wealthy life status, which has driven him to outsmart the chiefs. However, the mason, painter and carpenter he employs also play the same trick on him, because they decide that instead of working for 5 weeks, they are going to double it to 10 weeks and make more money of him. Let's move to Act 3. In Act 3, Aya, Ananse's mother, starts this act with complaints as to why Ananse wants Anansewa to go through an outmoded cultural practice, which is Bragro in Akan, a ceremony done to usher girls to womanhood. She says, "You people say you have thrown these things aside. Very well, throw them aside. But to wait until 5 years after the girl has become a woman and then say I'll adore her, that's not good custom keeping in anybody's world." But Aya's sister Efua prompts her on the necessity of the ceremony, as Ananse has said his daughter is going to marry a chief. Aya demonstrates her dislike for Christy, who has been training Anansewa at the Institute of Prospective Brides. Aya, Efua, and the girls see to the success of the outdooring ceremony, and the girls declare, "Anansewa, you are ready to marry, give birth to 30. Here, Efua Sutherland uses suspense to heighten the complication of the story, as Ananse receives a telegram informing him that Togbekulu, chief of the mines, intends to present her drink of Anansewa. Anansi realized how much he has entangled himself in this conflict about to descend on him. He therefore instructs Christy to end Anansewa's outdooring immediately. He asks Anansewa to rehearse being dead with her eyes closed and her limbs stiff, and convinces her to feign her death in order to find her true love, who is chief. The theme of love is demonstrated as Anansewa sings a love song and will do whatever Anansi says will let her find her true love, chief. Anansi successfully lies to his mother and aunt to get them back to their village, Nanka, to prevent them from witnessing the looming trouble and his cunning plans. Let's move to Act 4. In this act, the community folks lament about the death of Anansewa as the storyteller gives a commentary on the relevance of the head drink and questions through a musical interlude Anansewa's death as to whether it's real or not. He says, Anansewa, you are due for the grave. Oh, dead and alive, how do you get there? Even as Anansi announces the death of Anansewa, he says, Anansewa, she has fainted. Something has descended on her. Where is everybody? Alas, help, people, help. Christy announces Anansi's sorrow as a father and sends messengers to the chiefs about the death of Anansewa. The messengers of the chief of the mines learns of the various plans the chiefs had for Anansewa. He insisted against their advice that if a lady of this quality came into his hands, she would give enlightened training to the many children to whom his wives have given birth. They brought gifts to support in Anansewa's burial. After the other messengers of all the other chiefs arrive, the messengers of chief who is chief arrive and insist on funding the burial of Anansewa, even though she did not become his wife. Chief who is chief's benevolence clearly makes him stand out as the most suitable suitor for Anansewa. Anansi calls for Anansewa to return to life, and Anansewa suddenly wakes up from her fake death. The plan for a grand wedding is next, as Anansi has achieved his aim of finding a good husband for his daughter while amassing wealth. This brings us to the end of the plot analysis for the Marriage of Anansewa. Be sure to check an analysis of the themes, language and style, and other analysis of this play in this playlist.